This is your pre-market update from Bajaj Broking, where we bring you the latest market insights to keep you ahead of the curve. Tune in for our evening update for the full market wrap. Global markets fell on rising borrowing costs, geopolitical tensions from Iran, and elevated US Treasury yields, while IMF warnings and crude above $100 dampened optimism. US indices declined, Asian markets showed defensive moves, and in India, Nifty closed at 23,618 amid rupee lows and high crude prices. Derivatives indicate a corrective bias, with Nifty 23,350 to 23,800 and Bank Nifty 53,000 to 54,000. Key corporate updates include JSW Energy stake acquisition, Pharma NDA CRL, Aditya Birla Capital RBI registration, Sula Vineyards CFO change, Indian Railways projects, and New India Assurance tax refund, with FIIs net selling and DIIs net buying equities. Let's look at the Indian market. GIFT Nifty signals a negative opening for the Indian market. Nifty spot in today's session is likely to trade in the range of 23,350 to 23,800. Benchmark indices traded choppy within a narrow range on 19th May amid weekly Nifty expiry, eventually settling near the 23,600 mark. Market sentiment remained cautious as the Indian rupee continued its depreciation, touching a fresh low of 96.61 against the US dollar. Additionally, elevated crude oil prices weighed on investor confidence and remained a key concern for market participants. At close, the Sensex declined 114.19 points or 0.15% to settle at 75,200.85, while the Nifty fell 31.95 points or 0.14% to close at 23,618.00. On the sectoral front, buying interest was seen in Nifty IT and realty stocks, whereas the private banking sector emerged as the primary laggard during the session. The broader market outperforms the benchmark indices. The Nifty Midcap 100 Index gained 0.91%, while the Nifty Small Cap 100 Index advanced 1.17%, reflecting sustained participation in the broader market space. Index in the daily chart formed a small bearish candle with a long upper shadow signaling selling pressure at higher levels around the recent breakdown area of 23,800 to 23,900. Going ahead, failure to move above the recent breakdown area of 23,800 to 23,900 will keep the bias corrective, and the index will consolidate with downward bias in the range of 23,200 to 23,900. Index need to start forming higher highs and higher lows on a sustained basis in the daily chart, and a move above the breakdown area of 23,800 to 23,900 to signal a pause in the recent downtrend. Nifty has key support at 23,200 to 23,000 levels, being the confluence of the lower band of the 8th April bullish gap area and the 61.8% retracement of the previous pullback, 22,182 to 24,601. The daily 14-period RSI is facing resistance near its 9-period average, highlighting corrective bias. The intraday levels for Nifty are set with resistance at 23,710 and 23,800, and support at 23,460 and 23,350, while Bank Nifty has resistance at 53,630 and 53,900, and support at 53,000 and 52,710. Let's look at the global and Asian markets. US stocks fell for a third consecutive day as rising borrowing costs and geopolitical tensions from Iran's Persian Gulf Strait Authority impacted markets. The Dow dropped 322.01 points to 49,368.95, the S&P 500 fell 49.42 points to 7,353.62, and the Nasdaq declined 220.02 points to 25,870.71, while the Russell 2000 lost 28.03 points to 2,747.07, and the VIX edged up to 18.05. Cautious sentiment also persisted ahead of Nvidia's earnings and amid IMF warnings on global growth risks. Asian markets opened defensively amid tech supply chain caution and Middle East tensions, with Japan's Nikkei 225 down 950.54 points, minus 1.57%, at 59,599.83, and Australia's S&P/ASX 200 falling 64.1 points, minus 0.74%, to 8,540.6. We encourage you to check out the description below for a more in-depth analysis of the option chain, including detailed data and insights. We cover the latest trends, key levels, and options activity to help you stay updated on market movements and make informed decisions. Be sure to visit for all the latest information and expert analysis. Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Please read all documents carefully before investing.